What is your all-time favorite episode from any TV show? Bad Blood. From Season 5 of The X-Files. It's a funny one-off. With Luke Wilson and Patrick Renna. Mulder puts a stake through the heart of a teenage vampire pizza delivery boy. Then him and Scully realize the vampire teeth are fake. The kid is no vampire. The episode is Mulder and Scully telling each other their sides of the events. To get their story straight. Before having a meeting with director Skinner, as their stories are coming to a close. Skinner announces they gotta go back and investigate BC. The kid came back to life and bit the coroner's neck with his regular human teeth. Adventure Time, I Remember You. It was one of the first episodes to demonstrate how emotionally deep the show could get. What was presented as a one-dimensional villain is shown to be a victim in a horrific situation that too many people in the real world can relate to. A kids' show shouldn't be able to present the turmoil of dementia as poignantly as it did. A lot of depth developed in that show after that point. Heavy topics and sad parables of real-world problems. But I Remember You felt like where that started. Scrubs, My Lunch. Dr. Cox accidentally infects 3 patients with rabies and loses it. For a show that was predominantly a comedy, that 30-minute episode had more emotion and power than 99% of any TV series. If anyone here has watched The Fawlty Towers, the episode with the Germans. If you haven't watched the show, please do. It's a gem and you'll surely thank me later. Edit. Love all the responses. Each episode is great in its own ways and people liking different episodes is proof that this is one amazing show. Thank you all. The episode in Breaking Bad where Jesse is on his way to kill those 2 drug dealers that killed his girlfriend's brother and Walt comes zooming in and runs them over with his car and then shoots one. Such a badass episode and powerful moment for Walter White. The Sopranos. Pine Barrens. Just a phenomenal episode of one of the greatest TV series of all time. I could watch Chrissy and Polly arguing and busting each other's balls as they freeze to death in the middle of the woods for hours. Everyone's Waiting. 1. The final episode of 6 Feet Under. https n. Wikipedia. Org wiki everyone %27s_waiting. You Only Move Twice. The Simpsons. Hank Scorpio is a premium tier character who only appeared in 1 episode. BoJack Horseman. The episode with his mother's funeral. They should have won an Emmy for that episode. Scrubs S3E14 My Screw Up. Ripped my heart out. Dr. Cox. Face at the end. I think the best episode of The Simpsons is Selma's Choice. Basically the plot of the episode, leaving out some of the side plots, is that Selma takes Bart and Lisa to Duff Gardens because Homer gets sick because he insists on continuing to eat this nasty sandwich he got for free. The kids and Homer initially got screwed out of a day at Duff Gardens because their generic great-aunt died. She leaves a video that implores Patty and Selma not to doom themselves to dying alone and instead to get married and start a family. Patty doesn't give AF but it hits Selma hard. Homer, food poisoned, stays home with Marge while Selma takes the kids to Duff Gardens. Long story short, Lisa drinks the water in the It's Small World parody ride and starts tripping like she's on acid. At the end, the day over, Selma is returning Bart and Lisa to Marge. And it's at that point she understands what she truly wants in life. And that she's actually quite happy being alone and just sharing expenses with her sister. All this time she's felt drawn into Patty's orbit or something and that maybe she would have wanted kids and family but it's at that moment in the episode she realizes she, too, would rather be alone and raising Jub rather than have a baby and have a family. That's a pretty hot cultural take for the time it came out. Like 1992 or 3. And not to mention the whole fucking episode is hilarious. It has such classic Simpsons signage as the Lucky Stiff Funeral Home, and just some of Homer's best childishness. It Crowd. Season 2 Episode 1. Gay musical called Gay. There was an episode of The Simpsons where Homer's stupidity was discovered to be the result of him having a crayon jammed up his nose into his brain. He got it removed and became intellectual and consequently closer to Lisa. For reasons I forget he got it reversed and went back to stupid but Lisa found a note he wrote while clever. It showed how loving he was. It said, "I'm taking the coward's way out. But before I do, I just wanted to say being smart made me appreciate just how amazing you really are." Season 3. Episode 10 of Futurama. The Luck of the Friarish. Tears every time. Ozymandias. Breaking Bad. Season 5. Episode 14. The episode of Malcolm in the Middle where the boys are stealing from the church and selling for profit. And Francis gets to Alaska and realizes he's in for a bad time. Terrific A and B story. The Season 4 finale of House. Something broke inside me when. It was such a powerful episode that hit me real hard for some reason. Also the Snatch Game episode of RPDR Season 6. Lost. Not Penny's boat. Still gets me. Star Trek. TNG. The Inner Light. With Picard's flute. Edit. Thanks for the gold and bless. Y'all rock. Breaking Bad. Season 5 Episode 5. Dead Freight. The train heist episode. I watched it live and have never felt so anxious and exited throughout the entire thing. I was literally pacing the room, I was so tense. Then I screamed fuck. At the end as it faded to black. Perfectly paced, scripted, directed episode. Edit. Since a lot of people are asking. Bye. Live. I meant I watched it as it was broadcast on TV for the first time. Commercial breaks just added more and more anxiety. Streaming doesn't do shows like this justice because you don't get to anxiously await resolution. Just start the next episode. That final shot. The jar with the tarantula falling into the sand. Then darkness. I was screaming at that piece of shit Todd before realizing it was all because Walt said. No one can know. Janestown from Firefly. The fight, Parks and Rec. Why? Because snake juice sales are gonna be off the charts. Supernatural. Mystery Spot. Episode. I can't hear. Heat of the moment. Without thinking of it. Blink Doctor Who. Mr. Robot 405 method not allowed. The entire episode only has 2 lines of dialogue. Once more with feeling. Or. The body. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. 2 Cathedrals West Wing. True Detective. S1E4. Who Goes There? Coupled with the fact that TDS1 Emo won the best single seasons of TV ever. This episode. And the finale. Always stood out. The 6 minutes tracking shot at the end of the episode is one for the ages. I remember the first time I saw it. When the cut finally happens. And it shifts to the chopper view. I felt like I hadn't blinked the entire time. Mad Men, Shut the Door, Have a Seat. The Nightman Cometh. IASIP Season 4 Finale. The music. The drama. The romance. So damn great. I know there are better shows and probably episodes I've liked more. But this is always the one comes to mind when asked this questions. Edit. Loving all the responses with everyone's favorite episodes. A little sad to not see any love for. Sweet D is dating a retarded person. Though. Make Love Not Warcraft. Mine is Remedial Chaos Theory from Community. I just love how it slowly builds up by showing you a lot of bad possibilities until all hell lets loose. If all 4 parts of Sozin's Comet can be counted together as one episode, then that one. Parks and Rec Season 3 Episode 2. Flu Season. So many of the best moments and quotes from the show. Pretty much laugh non-stop through the whole episode every time I watch it. Black Mirror. White Christmas. Guest starring John Hamm. And one of the most twisted and dark episodes of Black Mirror to date. The Box. Season 5 Episode 14 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. The episode is really simple but still somehow keeps your attention. There are only 3 characters in the whole episode in one venue. A dentist who is suspected for the murder of his coworker is being interrogated and the whole episode takes place in one night. It's hilarious while also intriguing. I personally think this episode is really good cause it hinges on the story and the acting. Which is done marvelously, especially by Sterling K. Brown. Instead of fights, CGI or other things. People always say the Halloween heist episodes of B99 are the best. They are really good. But The Box deserves more appreciation as it's more well written and executed. Spoiler. Edit. Just saw another comment mention the same episode. Oh well. This is my opinion on the episode. Edit 2. Some people are saying there are 5 characters, Gina and the attorney, but they only show up for 10 seconds and 2 minutes respectively. So they don't have a big part in the episode. Well, except for Gina cause she's Gina. MASH, Death Takes a Holiday. Pretty epic. Community S3E4 The Remedial Chaos Theory. It's the one where they roll a dice. And Abed sees 6 different realities. I never get tired of that episode. The Scrubs finale. The real one. Star Trek Next Generation series finale. All good things. It was such an amazing double episode. Better than most of their movies that came out later. With fantastic plot that tied the series together and a beautiful send-off to the crew. The Comeback Kid. From Parks and Rec. Has me laughing every single time. The D-E-N-N-I-S system from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Charlie Work. From It's Always Sunny. I loved that episode so much. The energy and cinematography was so much different than any other episode in the series. Doctor Who S5 EP10. Vincent and the Doctor.